running. Terrence Brown, he's our military guy. He was a Marine Corps recruiter prior to coming on the department, so he relates very well to the military community, and so they have kind of direct go-to for them. Officer Damon Harrell, he's here also. He's really helping us right now. They all do a multifaceted job. I'm just going to highlight kind of what they're doing at the moment. We're trying to get a mechanics addressing this issue because that's a kind of a problem for us. So he's working on a couple programs right now getting that going. P.O. Sutton Smith, who looks strikingly similar to someone sitting at this table. It's Miss Ruoff's mother. Is this sign? Sutton, raise your hand. There she is. She is liaisoning with the colleges, doing so well with Park University, UMKC, KU, just done a tremendous job with that. Brandon Walker, guy right there, he's done a great job working with the schools and working with the youth to kind of spread the message of KCPD to address this hiring. Our background teams are Sergeant Alden, Kim Bumpus, Whitney Forrest, Josh Gant, and James Garcia. They're kind of the back of the house where they're out front recruiting and bringing people to the organization. They all run through this section. Every person on this department gets a background, and it comes through, and it is a lot of work. They all generate a lot of paper for Sergeant Alden to read, and he does a really good job managing that crew, and I'm just so thankful for their commitment and dedication. And then Mindy Davis here. So she runs our civilian staff. All civilian applicants come through her, every single one of them. So all these call takers have flooded her inbox. So she's a busy young lady right now. Ruth Stewart is our LE coordinator. So everyone that goes to the academy or lateral runs through Ruth. Amber Hoffman wears 2 hats. She does recruiting, but she also does all the processing. So something else I wanted to do, if somebody calls, somebody needs to be there to answer. So Amber kind of mans the phones for us. Also, and really appreciate her because she does a whole lot for the unit, and she's got her fingerprints on that record of lateral hires. Her fingerprints are all over that. That was a lot of her doing. Samantha Wieselman and Karen Jenkins are our CVSAs. Now, they don't only do CVSAs. That's the computer voice stress analysis that our professional staff goes through, but they do backgrounds as well. We wear a lot of hats in our office. Sam Sneed, he's our department polygraphist, and I might be biased, but I think he's one of the best ones in the country. So that's my staff. That's kind of what we do. Do you have any questions?
Well, first of all, I'd like to give everybody a round of applause. Thank you, guys. Great job. Any questions?
Maybe just a comment. It is wonderful to meet you, Captain Pinkerton, and your team that's here. It's really meaningful when you walk through each of them and share a little bit about them and what their specialty is, and especially given the fact that our numbers are up. And what I love is understanding the process, because even though our numbers are up, you all are still ensuring that we still have that quality, our level of standard as far as someone joining the force is still maintained. We are not in any way reducing that level. So
Not a bit.
under your leadership and your team's great thorough work, this is impressive to hear about. And thank goodness for the chief giving you 3 extra people.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Yes, I was glad it paid off. Really glad it paid off.
All
Things
right.
are going well.
And the relationship component of building the relationships in the community is what really sows that investment, not just in the short term, but more so kind of in that longer term. So great job. Thank you
Yes.
for the.
When I retire, I want if I have to call the police, I want somebody to be there to come help for me. So that long-term investment's a big deal.
Real quickly, I'm not going to hold you to the numbers, but you still feel good about the size of the August class?
Yeah, I feel good. We're already building it. It's going really well. I've actually kind of noticed if we get 40 people to take the PAT, that seems to translate really well. I've noticed that number tends to correlate with the results in the academy, so it's looking strong. I'd also like to say that across the country, that what's happening here in this organization is not what's happening across the country. A lot of agencies are having a hard time hiring to the point now they're calling us and, hey, what are you guys doing, and how's this working out so well? So, and like I said, that's all due to the team and how hard they work. I'm trying to share the message with other agencies, but having that relationship component and the right people to do it is the key thing there.
One last question. Do we track interns that become future employees? We do track that. You're nodding, yes, okay.
Yes. Sutton actually gets a picture with every single one of them. So,
Well, and we do have an intern with us here today. I would love for her to stand. Shmila, is that? Yes. And we have been told she's interested in being a officer.
we'll hit it up. They're never too young.
We're very excited to have her with us, so thank you.
Absolutely.
And these interns are college, what, juniors, seniors?
They vary in their, yes, in their, where they're at in thing, but we actually even have a couple high school programs, correct, Sutton? A couple high schoolers that will be starting this summer as well.
Okay.
With a collaboration with the city that we're doing, so, yeah.
Well, great job, and I know you mentioned sales. It's really about the passion.
It is.
That's what really sells, and you guys have been doing a great job. That really shows, and our numbers are continuing to get stronger, so thank you.
Well, thank you, Captain Pickering. Now let's continue with our staffing overview. As of April 30th, KCPD has 1,112 law enforcement officers, 526 professional staff members, 14 laterals in the process, and 12 police officer candidates pending job offers for the 186 academy class beginning August 18th. In our communications unit, we're seeing a strong surge in interest, as we mentioned before, following Councilwoman Park Show's announcement of a salary increase for our call takers. We received 190 new applicants. 143 of those are scheduled for their initial test. We also have 4 new call takers starting this week between now and June 2nd. Now let's move on to our recruitment efforts. Upcoming law enforcement testing dates are displayed on your screen. And as mentioned before again, this summer we're excited to welcome 20 college interns starting June 9th. This is again another example of our ongoing efforts to engage and develop future public safety leaders. Our recruitment team is actively participating with our academy in several upcoming community events highlighted on screen. Recent programs include Take Your Kids to Work Day, with appearances by KCPD McGruff and Casey Wolf, highlighting a strong family presence. Spring Citizens Police Academy, we had 21 participants graduate on May 20th with outstanding participant feedback. And special thanks to Angela McCune, picture on the bottom right on your screen, for her continued leadership in this program. And as Chief Graves mentioned before, last week, Ms. Sherry Jo Stowell and her team of professionals at Storm Impact began teaching constitutional policing at our police academy. This is part of our in-service training. The training was amazing, and we look forward to more of that training. They're gonna be back again in June and then September, October, throughout the year. So it's been a great training, and we look forward to doing more of that. Now, let me give you a crime laboratory update. Our crime laboratory continues to play a crucial role in KCPD's mission, showing measurable improvements in DNA, firearms, and fingerprints. The professionalism of our property and evidence and administrative staff remains foundational to these positive results. Lastly, on May 14th, council members Willett and O'Neill hosted a wellness luncheon at the police academy. We sincerely thank them for their ongoing support. It means a great deal to our personnel, and the positive feedback from our members has been tremendous. In closing, the Administration Bureau is moving forward with purpose. We're focused on strengthening our workforce, expanding our community partnerships, and uplifting the well-being of every member of this department. We thank you for your continued support in sharing our hiring efforts. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you. Any questions? Great job. Thanks. Okay, Executive Service Bureau, Deputy McAuliffe.
Good morning, Commissioners. All items for the Executive Services Bureau are located under Tab D of your board book. Item A, budget transfers for fiscal year 2025-26. I request transferring the following appropriations within the General Fund, Parking Garage Fund, and Police Grants Fund. The General Fund transfer moves $2,879,954 within Personal Services to account for the restructuring of the Information Services Division. The Parking Garage Fund transfer moves $500 from Personal Services to Contractual Services. The Police Grants Fund transfer moves $38,730 from Personal Services and $78,150 from Capital Outlay in the amounts of $50,655 to Contractual Services and $66,225 to Commodities. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval.
Questions?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor? Say
Aye.
Sorry. Item B, adjustment to special revenue accounts for fiscal year 2025-26. I request that $108,933 be appropriated from the unappropriated fund balance of the Special Services Fund to update servers related to the communications unit. This purchase is funded from revenue collected through Jackson County 911 taxes. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion's approved.
Item C, adjustment to special revenue accounts for fiscal year 2025-26. Last year, the department contracted with a third-party vendor to manage the private alarm service. Therefore, I request $350,000 be appropriated from the unappropriated fund balance of the Special Services Fund to support this program. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor? Say aye.
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 Item D, adjustment to special revenue accounts for fiscal year 2025-26. I request that $4.5 million be appropriated from the unappropriated fund balance of the Liability Self-Retention Fund for legal matters. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Say aye.
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 Motion's approved.
Item E, body-worn camera system renewal. In August 2019, the board awarded Turnkey Mobile the contract to provide the department with an in-car video system, and in 2020, awarded Turnkey Mobile the contract to provide the body-worn camera system. The software licenses for managing and supporting both systems will expire soon. Without these licenses, neither system will operate as designed. The department does plan to conduct a review to update both systems in the future. However, we believe fiscally it is best to renew the licenses at this time. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval to renew the support and maintenance licenses for the software management system of the in-car video and body-worn camera recording devices with Turnkey Mobile through December 31st, 2026. The anticipated expenditure is $258,637.50.
I move approval.
Any questions?
One question, just to follow up on that. As I understand the materials, this would align all the licenses so that they're not on separate renewal dates.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
So that gets us through the end of next year.
Yes, it will.
Is
I would
there a
second the motion.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Item F, Department Wireless Service Provider. In April 2024, the department awarded a one-year contract for the department's wireless service utilizing the National Association of State Procurement Officials contract. The department anticipates spending $435,168 for cell phone and air card services from June 1st, 2025 through May 31st, 2026. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval to spend an anticipated amount of $435,168 for wireless service utilizing the NASPO wireless contract.
Any questions?
Move to approve?
Second.
Madam President, just a comment, given that this might pose a professional conflict for me with AT&T, I'm going to abstain from this particular vote.
Okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item G, Mid-America Regional Council Subaward. The Mid-America Regional Council passed through a subaward to the department for the use of supporting and sustaining the regional response to weapons of mass destruction. This award will enable the department to purchase for our tactical response teams, enhancing their ability to protect against chemical and biological attacks. Unless you have any questions, I request your approval to accept this subaward in the amount of $286,493.75 for the period of September 1st, 2024 through August 31st, 2027.
Move to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item H, acceptance of Midwest High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Investigative Support Center grant modification. In August 2024, the department accepted the 100% federally funded fiscal year 2024 HIDA Investigative Support Center award in the amount of $418,408. There was a recent modification to the award which provides an additional $37,000 to continue funding expenses related to personnel and benefits for those funded by this award. The increase brings the total award to $455,408. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval to accept this modification.
Any questions?
Move to accept.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Item I, Law Enforcement Support Office application. The department was recently made aware that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office wishes to donate an armored rescue vehicle to KCPD. This vehicle is similar to that of the department's current armored rescue vehicle, known as the Bear, used by our tactical response teams during Operation 100s and other high-risk scenarios. With many major events set to take place in Kansas City, accepting this rescue vehicle will allow the department to rapidly deploy and safely respond simultaneously to multiple situations. However, before taking possession, the department needs to be accepted into the Missouri Department of Public Safety's Law Enforcement Support Office Property Program. Being accepted into the LISO program allows the federal government to transfer certain pieces of equipment to states and local law enforcement agencies. Unless you have any questions, I request your approval to submit the application and to accept the vehicle donation.
Any questions?
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Item J, ballistic vest carrier. The department will soon begin issuing a standardized exterior ballistic vest carrier to coincide with the transition to the new dark navy uniform. Ed Rohr Safety Products is a department's current ballistic vest provider, and we wish to contract with them for purchasing the exterior carrier. Unless you have any questions, I recommend approval for an anticipated expenditure of $357,000 with Ed Rohr Safety Products to provide the department with the exterior ballistic vest carrier.
This seems very appropriate, but just out of curiosity, what's the life span of one of these vests?
Well, the vest itself, the panels are 5 years. Is typically the warranty that they give us. So these are custom made to that vest. So if I was to order the same exact vest, I could probably get twice that life, as long as I take care of it and wash it. But
So this isn't an annual expense.
no.
With that, move to approve.
Second?
Question, so these are they carry, can you clarify for me
Okay, so-
what these are?
Like, the chief right now has an, under the shirt vest, she has an interior, vest. A lot of the officers in the field, because they carry, a lot of equipment, like to reduce the load on their waist, so they can put it on the vest. Well, the vest goes on the outside of the shirt. The ballistic panels go inside the carrier, and the carrier is where they can attach their equipment. Does that make sense? I wonder
Yes.
if there's anybody, no, there's nobody in here with
All
one,
left.
but the
I
officers seem to
approve.
like them.
Thank you for that clarification for me.
And we will be getting 1,000 of these with that. That's what this purchase is going to, so.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Unless you have any questions, that completes my report.
Thank you. Okay, Chief's Office Executive Officer, Deputy Chief Young.
Morning, thank you. My information can be found under tab E. I actually have two parts today. The first is approval of policy. They are the social media networking, written directives, pass and duty manuals, and the overtime and court time policy. They are all three 5-year review and had very minor changes. I recommend approval.
Any questions?
No questions. I would move to approve all three.
I'd second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
And the second part is there's been a personnel change on the deferred comp committee, which happens from time to time, but for that person to be placed on the committee, it requires a board resolution, and I recommend your approval.
Is it just that one position, or are we approving the entire?
Just the one personnel change.
Okay. I would move to approve.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion's approved.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Okay, Office of General Counsel, Nathan.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have 2 action items for you, and they're under tab F in your board book. The first item is Terrell L. Nelson's appeal of the Private Officer Licensing Unit's denial of his application for an unarmed private security license. The basis for this denial was his April 17, 2024 misdemeanor conviction for unlawful use of a firearm in Cook County, Illinois, and Nelson's subsequent failure to disclose the conviction on his applicant questionnaire. Nelson violated the Code of State Regulations, including 17 CSR 10-2.0503 G, K, and N. If you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them. Otherwise, the Private Officer Licensing Unit recommends denying this appeal.
Any questions?
Move to deny the appeal.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion's approved.
Thank you. The second item is Katrina L. Leonard Clifton's appeal of the Private Officer Licensing Unit's denial of her application for an armed private security license. The basis for this denial was Leonard Clifton's actions on November 19, 2024, in which she went to an event at her child's middle school in Liberty, Missouri, and punched her ex-husband's girlfriend in the face while she was in a chokehold, then entered her ex-husband's vehicle and attempted to remove items from the vehicle. Leonard Clifton received a suspended imposition of sentence, probation for 1 year for disturbing the peace. Leonard Clifton's actions violated the Code of State Regulations, 17 CSR 10-2.0503N. If you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them. Otherwise, the private officer licensing unit recommends denying the appeal.
Just to clarify, if she successfully completes probation, she would be eligible to reapply for a license.
I believe that's the case.
I move to uphold the denial.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is that it?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Office of Community Complaints, Muriel.
Good morning, Commissioners. I don't have an oral report this morning, but I did want to introduce our OCC intern. This is Ms. Myshayla Hayes. She's a rising senior at Avila University, a double major in criminal justice and psychology. And yes, she does endeavor to be a member of law enforcement. So this is actually her first day. So she had no idea that any of this was going to happen. But as I tell her, you got to be prepared working in this business. So I think that she's going to bring a lot to the OCC offices. She'll be with us through the beginning of the school year in August, and so we're just elated to have her with us. She'll be working primarily she's going to learn the policy side of things first. So I think that that'll be of some utility to her as she plans her career in law enforcement. But I probably will be reaching out to other areas of the department so that she can either do some shadowing or just visit to see all the things that are happening. And she plans to do some interaction with the KCPD interns that'll be visiting us in June. So I just wanted everybody to see her face so that you're not alarmed if you see her tagging behind me. She's not in trouble. But we're just really excited to have her with us this summer. So do you have any questions?
Thank you, and welcome. We are so excited to have you. Yes. Any questions? No? Okay, thanks. Okay, public comments. And Commissioner Whitaker, I'm going to let you read the names, and we'll give you 2 minutes to speak.
Bill Drummond? Not here. All right. Al Griffin? Frank Surrend?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Morning. My name is Frank Serino. I'm the Director of Marketing and Board Member for the Waldo Tower Neighborhood Association in South Kansas City. We're Kansas City's largest neighborhood association, representing 3,300 parcels. On April 26th of this year, we delivered a formal email statement to the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, Mayor Lucas, 6 district council members, and state representatives in response to growing concerns over rising crime and delayed emergency response in our community. Waldo crime is on the rise. Over the past year, Waldo has seen a sharp rise in property crimes, including break-ins, auto thefts, and business burglaries, some escalating to gunfire. Armed teens have targeted vehicles in broad daylight, alarming residents and businesses. These aren't isolated cases. Citywide, property crime is up 31% since 2019. Car thefts have jumped 138%. We need more police patrolling our streets now. Our Waldo businesses are impacted. Already stressed by construction and economic shifts, they are now dealing with vandalism and threats. In response, many are installing cameras, upgraded lighting, and sharing information to protect each other. But it simply isn't enough. We need increased police security now. Emergency response delays are embarrassingly unacceptable. Residents are frustrated with your slow police response. KCPD staffing shortages mean long delays, even after violent incidents, with officers often dispatched from outside the area. This is eroding public confidence and safety. We need the police to answer our calls without hesitation now. Most importantly, we demand action and accountability. While we're working with city leaders, law enforcement, prosecutors, as well as business and neighborhood communities, we're calling for immediate, measurable action from you. We want to see continued security grant investments, faster call center responses and monthly public updates, long-term youth outreach and mental health solutions, more patrols and investigators within the next 60 days, new security funding and streamlined grants within the next 30 days, and monthly public safety meetings to track progress.
Sir, I appreciate your time. We are out of time. I want to be respectful for the others that also want to speak, so if you could conclude, I'd appreciate it.
Waldo is strong and united. We will work together and we will hold our city leaders, including this board, accountable. Our community deserves transparency, urgency, and real solutions. The Waldo Tower Neighborhood Association looks forward to hearing the immediate changes to your strategy and tactics to keep Waldo safe. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Ron Hunt?
To Chief, Commissioner, Mr. Kramer, Board. Real quick. Crime is, this weekend we had a horrible weekend. And let me tell you something. I really appreciate the police department. You can't be everywhere. I mean, during the daytime, I think you got the email, Chief, where on the west side, they were shooting in the daytime. This is kind of like where my daughter was staying, so I can't properly recruit for you guys because I have to keep my daughter from that area over there on West Penway. These people comes in, it's one way in, Don, one way out. These people come in, where's Cody? These people come in and they steal the cars. Because my daughter's mother, she records this, so they steal the car and they do all this in the daytime. So I have to rush over there. They had a shooting over there this weekend. I have to rush over there, get my daughter. I mean, and it's no problem, I'm just gonna keep her this summer, but I have to rush over. Where's the guy talking about Waldo? The whole city's getting punished. And so I appreciate you guys doing what you could do. I mean, but our city is in a disarray with crime, violence. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, I'm kind of shaky to go outdoors, even in my own neighborhood. And this is horrible. But here's what I want to tell you. You're doing a good job. 3-5 years from now, this department was not being ran like this. We didn't have community engagement. We didn't have any of this. So I really, really appreciate your leadership, Chief, Ms. Kramer, Madeline, everybody. You're doing your job. Just stay consistent. That's what I do, stay consistent. Let me get to this real quick. Paid internship. I talked, the city has a paid internship for their young people. You make it hard, at least for me, because these young people who stands up here who have an interest, a vested interest in the police department, we can give them stuff. The times is hard. $200 a month, Chief, and we got 20 kids. $200 a month for the summer. We got to come up with different ways of drawing our kids in to be a part of the police department. We can afford it. I went over to City Hall and really lobbied for them to give you a lot of money. So I'm just saying, I want to see some of that money go to these internships. When these young people have an interest in working for the police department, you should cater to them. We should cater to them, Chief, I'm telling you. And if you just try it for a year and just see how it turns out. Merle, that little young girl back there, $200, they need something to eat. Transportation, that money can go a long ways for a young person who's interested in the police department. Thank you. I didn't mean to welcome Mr. Boswell. I look forward to meeting with you. But we have a lot of issues in our community, and we can solve them. Just continues to be consistent. And then the POWER program is another way how we popularize what we're doing. What you're doing, the POWERs, when you bring those parents in, give them that information. People want to see what it is that you're doing. Thank you, and I went on.
Thank you. Corey Griffin? No, okay. That's all for public comments.
Okay, approval of the open session minutes.
Move to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion's approved. Okay, and it's that time of year where we do our board elections, so really saddens me that I will no longer be the president, but I will still be part of the board. But we've changed our bylaws, so everybody gets a year, which is fair, and we want to make sure everybody gets a turn. So I would like to nominate Commissioner Whitaker as the president and Commissioner Romius as the vice president. And Commissioner Boswell, welcome. I'd like to nominate you for treasurer. And is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, ayes have it. So next month, we'll have a new board, and I'm just excited because this has been the best board ever that I've ever worked with. And really appreciate these guys and everything that they've done for this department, for me, and all working together. So thank you for, it's been an honor to serve as president and be part of this. So thank you, guys.
Commissioner Kramer, Madam President, we'd like to thank you for your leadership and the phenomenal job you've done and the precedents you've set in listening, being the great engagement with the force, with the chief. It's been phenomenal, and thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay. Commissioner Scott Boswell, any closing comments?
Talk again, huh? Thank you, President Kramer. Well, first of all, it is certainly my honor to be selected in this role, and I look so forward to serving with the three of you and the mayor in this important duty. And it truly has been a baptism by fire. As Commissioner Kramer had mentioned, I've had the opportunity to do a ride-along during the dog watch at East Patrol, and they said it was a slow night. And Deputy Chief, if that's a slow night, I'd hate to see a busy one. So, and Deputy Chief Ortiz and Kevin, what an impressive tour of the crime lab. I got to see the Police Athletic League luncheon and the terrific work that they do with the youth. And I'm just starting to learn, and I'm so appreciative to be here and work, Chief, with you and your team to make Kansas City a better place.
Thank you. Commissioner Whitaker.
Well, again, welcome, Commissioner Boswell. Is very glad to see you here, and I look forward to your leadership. And I'll reiterate what Commissioner Romeo said. Madam President, thank you for your leadership. You have been a supporter of this department and its members and professionals, and could not ask for anything more of you, except to stay on for a little bit longer and to see through the rest of your term. So, and I know you'll do that with all the hard work that you've always done. Maybe just one last comment. You know, I always appreciate the public comments and learning from the community of the issues, needs, and concerns. But we're doing great work, and I feel the momentum, and I see what's happening. And in any organization, when you have that kind of success, and we want to be transparent always, and sometimes it's telling the good story too, but it's also it's a reminder to never be complacent, right? Just because we're seeing good success and we're seeing progress. And I know this is not because of a concern, it's just a reminder that we continue that hard work and don't let complacency ever become part of the organization. So I feel really good about where we are, and thank you both for your leadership. That's all I have.
Thank you. And on my closing comments, I'm sorry the mayor is not here because I know, you know, I'm always that squeaky wheel about the jail. And that's been a big deal to me. And I'm very delighted now that that is happening, because that was my whole mission is, you know, we do need help, and we do need help in making, you know, those action steps, taking those action steps to hold people accountable, to get that crime down. And I think it's all a community. I mean, it's working together, it's listening to everybody, And that's how we make this a better place. I know our goal, our mission is to make Kansas City safer. I'm proud to be part of that. I will continue to support as a member, and I will continue support, as long as I'm alive, I will be here supporting the police department, and the community and making this place safer. So thank you all for what you do every day for us. And thank the community for coming and sharing how we can be better. We appreciate that, and we do hear those comments, so thank you. Okay. And I guess we just motion to go into close.
Move to go into closed.
Second?
This is a roll call vote for the new commissioner, so
Okay.
So roll call, aye.
Aye.
Whitaker, aye.
Kramer, aye.
Romeus, aye.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
We did.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Great meeting,
So on the roll call vote.
Madam President, great meeting.